Every town has its stories, its secrets. What possible harm could come from sharing them? This is small town horror.
My name is Ryan Jennings. Small Town Horror is a bi-weekly podcast documenting my return to Creighton, Minnesota, and my continuing search for answers. For more details, please listen to all previous episodes.
When Ryan and Sarah disappeared, there were more questions than answers. The Ryan Jennings tip line was set up in hopes of answering some of those questions. What they got was...
I think I might have just seen Ryan and Sarah driving out of Edinburgh. I mean, it was dark. I might be wrong, but I'm so sure it was them.
I don't know Ryan and Sarah, but I know there's a lot of people looking, and I'm one of them. Don't give up. We will find you, Ryan. We will find you, Sarah.
Hello? Ryan? Sarah? My name's Matt. I'm from St. Louis. I listen to your podcast. Don't give up. We're looking. Stay strong. Bye.
Hey, Ryan, Sarah, I want to help the best I can, so I reached out to this guy named Jared Strong from Subject Found, and he said that he'd join the search for you as soon as he can.
Hey, look, I know it's a long way from Minnesota, but I could have sworn I just saw Ryan and Sarah right here in Griffin, Georgia. You might want to send someone down here to check them out, but I could have sworn I saw them walking down the sidewalk in downtown Griffin.
I saw your boy Ryan just last week. Yeah, he was out on the Blue Line heading up toward, maybe toward Revere. And I'd say it looked like he was heading up toward the dog park, but the dog park ain't there no more, so I don't know. Anyway, I hope he gets home safe, and good luck to yous both.
The following recording was made on October 30th, 2016, at the Psychiatric Hospital. It is the first known recording of Ryan Jennings following the incident as depicted in previous episodes of this podcast. At the time of this recording, Ryan had been a patient at the facility for nearly 3 weeks. He was found without any identification nearly 100 miles from his last known location. Given his condition, consisting of severe malnutrition and dehydration, he was brought to an area hospital. It was quickly determined that his reaction to physical touch and darkness were a danger to himself and others, at which time he was transferred to... As his fingerprints were not registered in any law enforcement computers, for those 3 weeks, under heavy sedation, he was known only as Patient 42. After 3 weeks of treatment, Patient 42, Ryan, awoke from a manic state and started to ask questions. Among his first requests from the staff on hand was that his words be recorded. Quote, "They need to hear me."
Okay, Ryan, it's recording.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am. Please, can you tell us what you remember?
About what?
As much as you can. We are here to help you.
At this point, the next 12 minutes and 26 seconds of the recording is Ryan explaining his story. They are all details that have previously been disclosed on this podcast, so I'll skip forward.
And then I heard him cock the gun.
What else do you remember?
Waking up here. This morning. No one will tell me, but Sarah's not here, is she?
No, Ryan. I'm sorry. She isn't. You were found alone.
Can you take the restraints off?
Soon. Those are for your safety, as well as the staff.
I'm not gonna hurt anyone.
That's good to hear, but unfortunately, you have shown evidence to the contrary.
I hurt someone?
You've had negative and aggressive reactions since you've been admitted.
What do you mean?
For example, we can't turn the lights off in your room without your becoming aggressive, and any physical contact is met with similar reactions.
I was kidnapped. There was no light. Sarah.
We don't need to do this now.
Yes, we do. I'm talking. It's recording. It needs to be recorded.
Can you tell me more about that? Ryan?
Do you hear it?
I'm sorry?
Exactly.
I understand this isn't easy, but at some point, the police will want to speak with you.
2 weeks later, following his official release from the institution, Ryan Jennings was contacted by local law enforcement regarding the ongoing investigation into the disappearance of Sarah. Against advice from counsel, he went in without legal representation under the condition that he record the conversation.
Okay.
First, I just wanted to start by saying thank you for coming in voluntarily, Ryan.
Thanks for letting me record this.
Sure. This isn't anything official.
Can you say your name for the record?
I'm sorry?
Can you please say your name for the record?
Okay. Sergeant Daniel St. Clair.
Thanks.
I just had some things I wanted to ask you about that might help us locate Sarah.
Yeah, whatever I can do. Should I have a lawyer here for this?
Do you think you need a lawyer?
No. No, I don't know. What can I help with?
I wanted to start back with a recording that was published entitled Searching, back on September 28th of this year.
Okay.
In that recording, you mentioned that you had a bad feeling about Sarah going with you to search for, as you referred to it, the town of Ashbury.
Okay.
Do you remember saying that?
I think so.
Okay, I was wondering if you might tell me a little about that. What sort of bad feeling did you have about it?
I don't know. It all just felt weird.
Which part?
All of it. Everything. It was just surreal. Then Sarah saying she wanted to go with. It just made things feel weird. I guess I can't really explain it.
So, officially, the last time you saw Sarah was outside of the bar after you and she drove away from Creighton in your car.
I guess. I mean, I heard her later, in the dark.
That's right, but you didn't actually see her.
No. What? You don't think she was there with me?
Well, I'm just trying to get the facts in order, Ryan. You don't have to be nervous.
I'm not nervous.
Okay.
No one's talking to me about what's going on. Have you even gone out to Ashbury?
What do you think we would see out there?
What kind of an answer is that? Have you gone out there or not?
I can't really talk about the details of this investigation, Ryan, let alone when I'm being recorded for someone's personal use.
Then why am I even here? This is all a waste of time. You should be out there looking for her.
Have you been looking for her, Ryan?
What?
Sarah, have you been looking for her?
Of course I have.
You have. Where have you been looking?
What difference does that make? Where have you been looking for her?
See, I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of the investigation. Now, when you asked the doctor, the one at the institution, if he heard it, what did you mean?
I already talked about this with the cops.
Look, I was only recently assigned to the case. Really? I'd just like to hear it in your words.
It's just what I needed to say so he'd let me go. I needed him to believe me. When I was in the hospital, I was just feeling paranoid. Like he was still there. Somewhere.
You mean the Whispering Man?
What?
See, that's just what we've been calling him, for lack of a better name. I suppose it isn't the best name.
No, it's not.
Okay, fair enough. Honestly, I only have one question that would really help with our investigation. You see, we've sort of stalled, and I think it's the best way we can get this case moving.
What?
What did you do with her?
What did I do with who?
Sarah, Ryan. What did you do with Sarah?
What are you talking about?
Did you kill her yourself? Or did you just leave her somewhere? Maybe when you actually got down to it, you got too nervous and just left her to die. You know, kind of the coward's way out. See, I've been keeping tabs on you. You were in the nut house for over a month. Since then, you barely leave that piece of shit hotel room. You don't leave town, so you aren't going to feed her or keep her alive. So, which is it? Did you kill her?
No.
So you left her to die. Got it.
I didn't say that and you know it. Stop with this psychobabble shit, trying to get me to admit to something I didn't do. I don't need this.
Okay. I'll see you around.
This is harassment.
No, it isn't. This is me telling you that I think you killed Sarah.
Are you insane? This is all being recorded.
I know. And I want you to take that recording and play it over and over and over again and realize that there is someone out there that doesn't believe a single word of your story. There is someone who thinks you made all this up because you finally lost it and were so desperate for whatever that you created this world for yourself.
You've listened to what happened to me. You know.
Yeah, I've listened. I even subscribed to it on iTunes. Bet you can't guess which comment was from me.
You're crazy.
There you go again. I think they call that transference. Come on, Ryan. You really want me to believe that after getting supposedly kidnapped at a random bar in the middle of nowhere, Minnesota, that you got tied to a chair and the guy makes you do voiceover for audio you recorded in the woods? Then he drops in ads that you had recorded just because. Then he goes through the effort to post those episodes bi-weekly, again, just because. And then, even after letting you go, he keeps releasing episodes to your hosting site. And those weird videos on your blog, I assume he just guessed your password?
That's what happened.
Yeah, it is what happened.
I've been listening to them the same as you. I don't know why he's doing any of this. Why did he take me in the first place?
You mean, why did he take you and Sarah? Oh, hey, Ryan, one last thing. When you go back to that motel and you listen to this again, trying to figure out why I would possibly tell you all this, and you lose even more sleep until you need to drink yourself unconscious, I just want you to know that when you make a mistake, and I know you will, I'm the guy who's going to slap the handcuffs on you and make sure you never breathe free air again. So, maybe take a stroll, get some fresh air, enjoy freedom while you can.
F you.
Hey, Ryan, tell me, I just have to know, what is it that you hear? There is something, isn't there?
Also against recommendation of counsel, Ryan has decided not to pursue legal actions against the detective in question. Ryan wanted me to extend his apologies. It had been his desire to be here for this episode and record something himself before it was due to go live. He wanted to thank the people that stood by him when he was missing, sent their regards, and even called in tips to the Ryan Jennings tip line. It meant more than you can understand to someone who has gone through what he has gone through. He wanted to explain a lot of what happened, why he's decided to go on with making the podcast. He wasn't even sure if there would be something posted at the same time as this by whatever monster it was who kidnapped him and Sarah. Given the subject matter of the last episode, we believe now is the time to begin telling Ryan's story again. He's since changed all of his passwords, and the hosting site is monitoring all activity to try to find out who it was that posted those episodes in his disappearance. As of yet, the police evidently have been unsuccessful at tracking down any sort of digital footprints. At this moment, just hours before posting the episode, Ryan isn't available. Per an email I received from him earlier today, he got a message late last night, and at this time is following up.
Mr. Jennings, my name is William. I'm a writer for the newspaper. I apologize for contacting you on your personal phone. I am aware of your recent public statements regarding your refusal to conduct interviews about your disappearance. However, this isn't about your disappearance. Not exactly. To keep things brief, I've found myself researching the sounds that you've heard, the laughter. Mr. Jennings, it appears that you are not the only person to hear these sounds. Please contact me at your nearest convenience at... There are others like you, Mr. Jennings. Many others.
I just wanted to thank everyone who's already supported the podcast and those who continue to support the podcast while I was gone. I can't do this without you. To help me keep the motel lights on as I look for Sarah, please go to patreon.com/smalltownhorror. All donors get early access to episodes and are eligible to bonus content and other rewards as my thanks to you for support. Please donate what you can to ensure the podcast and my search can go on. That's patreon.com/smalltownhorror.